Hello, one and all, I'm GrimpaulCheese, and welcome back to Dark Souls. So, at the end of last episode, I said, hey, I'm going to go off screen and grind a few souls so I can make myself even more plump, even more, well, fertile than I've ever been before. So I managed to get the good old fresh souls, and I have, 150,000. You can kind of guess how much it took, as each giant gave me 1,500 souls per kill, so and it's about 6 of them. So you can do the math right there. It didn't take me too long, not as long as the previous grinder did. So nevertheless, the whole purpose of this is just to get some dexterity. Now, I've got a few spare souls, so I was thinking I might spend the souls on some faith, maybe even some intelligence, and show you some magic. That could be interesting, but for now, I'm going to stick to faith. You never know where a good old piece of faith will come in handy. So let's just do that for the time being. Okay, confirm reinforcement. So now we know how to work our fingers. Our fingers can now bend more than 2 ways. So that's one good thing at least. And we also believe in God a little bit more. Really what we did is we just basically just sat down, praised the sun, and went, why won't you answer me? That's how I figured it myself, but oh well. So, what I want to do right now is actually show you what we can actually do, and also show you what I actually gained, because I gained 2 specific items. I got a giant's halberd, which is a nice and lovely item, and we got a giant shield. Both items are absolutely wonderful. I got a number of them, I chucked away a lot of them, and I kept about 1 or 2 of them in backup, just in case I feel like using it later on for some unknown reason. But either way, I'll show the giant halberd, and that's 1 second, I'll get the giant shield. Now, I'll read them both out of the description before I do anything more. So, the giant halberd. A large halberd made of old brass used by the giant sentinels of Anor Londo. Brass contains traces of lightning, but as the halberd is designed for the giant sentinels, its weight is unbearable. Its weight is not as bad as you truly think it is. I think it's not as heavy as a stone greatsword. I don't know what makes a stone greatsword so heavy, and I guess it's like raw lead or something. But, that's just me. It could be a giant stick of depleted uranium. Would explain the magic part of it. Things are getting warped from, the irradiation. That makes more sense, really. It explains the green moss. It isn't moss. Or is it? So we also managed to get the giant shield, which is roughly the same. Giant great shield made of bronze and marsenite, used by giant sentinels of Anor Londo. Marsenite, or white iron, is effective against non-physical damage, but as the shield was designed for giant sentinels, its weight is unbearable. Now this shield is, is it lighter? It is ever so lighter than our stone grey shield. Once again, I wonder why it's so heavy. Depleted uranium? Maybe. Radiation? It explained the magic type effects, since it's really like a whole bunch of mutant powers. It's not manipulating your soul, you're hallucinating. And you're actually having some sort of acid trip of some side, caused by the massive hallucinations from the radiation poisoning that's slowly, eroding away your brain. Most likely. Might not be the fact, but that's my guess. So, what it means by that is, as you can see right there, the Great Shield is actually pretty decent. Very well-rounded stats. The stability is definitely not as good as the Stone Great Shield. The Stone Great Shield has a whopping 80 compared to 68 of his shield. Now, the thing is a giant round shield, while this actually looks like a proper shield. I don't know why it has more stability, mind you. Again, radiation could be a factor in it. So, let me just show you what they both look like. So, both of them look like this. As you can see, the giant Great Shield is massive. Absolutely gargantuan. Let's go outside in the light for the time being. We'll come back down here in a second, because I want to do something with one of the weapons I'm going to gain. So, as you can see, it's a nice, lovely shield right here. A bit scratched, mind you, from probably the countless centuries that these sentinels have dwelled in this place for long. And here's the halberd. Now look at this halberd. Now this halberd does lightning damage. As I will show you in a second, I didn't really notice, I'm apologize about that. As you can see, it does 140 base damage and 135 electricity. So they're both scaling is quite bad, it's D&D. The requirements are actually quite niche for what we currently have. So it's not too bad actually, it's not actually bad. I don't know what the moveset is, but look at that giant spike. You could probably just use it as a spear. But it's just a general halberd. I think it's got the same moveset as all the other halberds. And it's got something unique about it. Oh, it does. it's got a giant lunge. For some reason we're having struggling using it, probably for its massive weight. But let's see. No, it's just a giant lunge. It's probably because of a, well, giant blade on it. It's slightly rusted. It actually got a bit of blood on it, you can probably see out the hilt of that blade. But hey, we're not here to really use these items. These items are, it's not the most useful items in the world, I'm not gonna lie. You know, electricity's nice and all, but I most likely will just get an electricity upgrade later on. Anyway, nothing really in this place is not actually weak to lightning. A big surprise. Creatures using lightning weapons and lightning shields and all of that kind are not weak to lightning. It's like everything else is weak to lightning, aside from in here. It's absolutely weird. So, what we want to do is the whole purpose of all of that is to use this sword. This sword has equipped my good old stone great shield over here. Now, this sword in particular is a lot bigger than the stone great sword, but it's got 4 less weight and a lot more damage. Mind you, it's not as durable, but either way, it's brilliant. And I'll show you why. As you can see, look at this sword. It's absolutely amazing. You can't really tell the detail on it because it's just so blackened and bloodstained throughout the centuries of use it's had. So, this sword altogether is amazing. A nice, good... Look at that reach. That's the main reason people use great swords. It's just massive reach. So, there's a nice sword and all, but the thing is, it's a bit weak, really. It doesn't have anything unique about it. I mean, the stone greatsword had a nice bit of magic damage. This doesn't. This has flat, straight, physical damage. What we want to do is boost up the physical damage of it. For the first time, really ever, we're going to use that, well, some titanite. We're going to use twinkling titanite. We'd only have 3, mind you, because we haven't come across, well, that much of it. No one's selling it. No one's really dropping it. So, yeah, we'll use the 3 points of it onto this sword. We boost up by 22 damage, which is actually quite a bit if you think about it. So, you can only upgrade it 5 times with actual Twinkling Titanite, but unlike all the other things, you only require Twinkling Titanite to upgrade this in particular. Now, do I require 2 Twinkling Titanite? I do. So either way, it's a +2 Black Knight Greatsword. We've boosted up by a good 40 points, and yeah, so that's that. We've got a now nice giant sword with a nice, well, nice rounded shield. Sadly, we're still really over-encumbered from the shield itself that we can't actually, well, take off the ring and actually put on some armor. But mind you, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. I mean, the shield does its purpose. So, the thing I purposely avoided the last time we played was this bit over here. Now, this bit over here is a nice little watchtower overlooking, well, the remains of the city, the part of the city that you can actually get to. Now, if we can look downwards, you'll see, do you recognize that foe all the way down there? Do you recognize that tail? That is a gargoyle. Once again, fight him. But it's only a one-time thing, it's a bit of a mini-boss, so to say. And we have to somehow get that giant fortress over there. I don't think they're just going to open up the doors. I just have this sneaking suspicion. But also, look at that sunset. So beautiful. It's almost artificially beautiful, if you ask me. But alright, let's go down here. This is a very unique elevator. I mean, look at this architecture. It's absolutely wonderful. Absolutely divine. Bit of a church. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way down here. Down his ever so curving stairway. And I'm going to be right back because that's the postman! Goddamn postman! So, that was the postman. I'll most likely cut out a break right there. But nevertheless, so... as you can see, we went down that stairway, and now that lift is ever going upwards and downwards in a slow motion. I have no idea what's powering this. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I anchored the gargoyle already. Well, who would have guessed that? Hello, Mr. Gargoyle. I was more admiring the lift rather than you. I guess you got a bit of attention starved. So once again, this is like all the other gargoyle fights we fought. Well, mainly the boss. And the whole fact about this one is another chance to get its tail. Now this time, it's a lot harder to kill. Oh, he's missed, but look at that whopping 400 damage. I don't know why we dive rolled back then. It's probably for a bad thing since we got a good tail whip in the face. Now, what we want to try and do is just cut off that tail of his. We need to get in a good position to do so, though. We might die trying. Let's see if we can. Oh, no. That we missed. To whip us. Oh, he did a spiral motion there. Geez, that little dance he did. It's amazing. Ah, he did his good old lunge attack. Now, these things have about as much health as the boss did. Once again, I missed horribly, and I think this is going to die next hit. That actually hurt a lot. Oh god, I don't think I'm going to get the tail axe. I don't think I am, because this boss is being a bit finicky, because he won't let me chop off his tail. It's like the game knows it or something. Let's take a good drink. We're safe in this place. He can't hurt us in the slightest. I did actually mean to press tab twice, but oh well. So hello, Mr. Gargoyle. Are you going to come and pounce me? Yes, you are. Now, god damn it, you had to move at that moment, didn't you? But either way, we got a gargoyle helmet. That we can't get the nice gargoyle axe. It's a bendy axe. It's one of the best items in the game, really. It isn't really. I just love it because it's just so bendy. It's a flexible thing. It's like a slinky. I mean, who doesn't have a good slinky axe? If you don't like a slinky axe, well, slinky axe, you probably have had a bad childhood or dramatically traumatized by slinkies. I mean, they are devilish and vengeant. I mean, how do they keep going down the stairs like that? No one will ever know. Aside from what's in this chest. Inside of it happens to be Demon Titanite. Now, it's kind of curious about why Demon Titanite is stored all over Anor Londo. I mean, why keep it in this place? Maybe, oh maybe, the blacksmith god himself, right, died somewhere around here. And this was his home. After all, Anor Londo is regarded as the land of the gods, where the gods themselves once lived. That's what becomes it such a glorious place. And this in itself is we're going to break into a cathedral, mainly because I didn't really note it, because I just jumped down here because I was so excited about the form of a slinky axe. It just doesn't stop going downstairs. But anyway, aside from me being mesmerized by that, what we need to do is somehow get on the other side of this bridge. Get onto that platform right there. Now, there's a lot of the elevator back behind us, but it's a whole entire platform that goes into the bottomless depths down there. It's a cool little device, but it's something we need to do nevertheless. So, but the only way we can do it is by breaking into this cathedral right over here. You see this nice, well, decrepit brickwork? We need to go into that, and we need to get across. That's the only way across. I don't know why this place was so poorly designed. The only way you can get across is by breaking into a cathedral. You'd think that'd be a more of a blasphemous action. But maybe that's how the gods want you to do it. They wanted their followers to think, to understand how to get across and how to get to, well, them themselves. If you really want to do it, well, do it the hard way. So either way, someone probably tried it earlier, because as you can see, it's a smashed window. It's either that or someone got tired. Now, we're now in the cathedral of the place, and now there's going to be these guys. Now, I don't like these guys, as far as they stand, because I don't like what they mean. They're just wearing, well, silky white robes. It could be she's, I have no idea. And they just have massive daggers. Now, you can get the daggers, and I would say this, their daggers are by far one of the best weapons you can get regarding fast dexterity one-handed weapons. And if you want to go dual wielding, go like one of... Oh, he dropped it? No, he didn't. He dropped throwing knives. But if you're going to dual wield in this game, which is a really bad thing to even do in the slightest, I would highly, incredibly, advise you to use their weapon indubitably. So, once again, this place right up here is a bit useless, since there's no way to really get across, aside from this. This balcony's a bit, well, a bit more aesthetic, say. I don't know why there's a ladder here, but I don't know. But either way, look at that drop. Look at that patio. Well, not really patio, it's a bit of a temple flooring. But also, how are we going to get that chandelier? Well, that's the whole point of this ladder right here. I guess what people used to do is, well, scale the wall to come up here, climb the ladder, and then, well, basically get on the scaffolding, climb down the chain to polish that chandelier. Now, we are up here. Now, my main issue with this bit is, I don't know if you can tell, I suffer a bit of a frame rate problem looking all over this place. And plus, I'm using the keyboard, so getting across this place isn't going to be the best thing in the world in the slightest. But we will manage to do it step by step. I just need to be really careful, and I mean really careful. You know what, for some reason, let's just unequip that for the time being. Now, one other thing that's annoying is there's guys up here. And they can just knock you off, right? Now we're doing a bit of a shuffle. Now he's coming over. Wonderful. Alright, come on you, start throwing your knives. There we go. One day you're going to get sick of it. There we go. Here he is. Here he is himself. Now, what we need to do is not overestimate our swing. Because as you can see, if we move ever so slightly, we slip. Like this guy's going to do right now. He's going to go whee! And evaporate from existence. I'm sorry if I had a burst an eardrum or two. So, we slowly need to make our way across. It's such a treacherous thing. Once again, I don't know why people would actually live up here. Why are they standing up here? It's like, are they just wanting to do a bungee jump? I don't know. They don't really have a bungee cord. Unless they want to, well, perhaps they are the people polishing the place. They probably are. They're probably the people just like, hey, we need to polish it, because it does look a bit rusty, doesn't it? In fact, it looks a bit weak. A bit rubbish. You know what? I don't think we can really get to the chandelier. So no one can get to the chandelier. So right now, we knocked on the chandelier and the dead body, that's what was dwelling on it, has fallen to the bottom. So if we somehow make our way all the way down to the bottom of this giant cathedral or some sort of, well, I don't know what type of purpose it served, really. It's a bit big, there's nothing inside, a bit bland, there's no chairs, there's no type of, well, disco balls of any kind. I guess it's just one of the places where you just go in and pray. And I guess it used to be filled with priests and all sorts of, well, preachers back in the day. But one can only presume. Let's keep just waddling our way through. Let's just block. Let's wait for the person to stop throwing his knives. Because every single knife he throws, we go back ever so slightly. And if he comes towards us, we can just do a slight cleave. Do that. Now, hello. No! God damn it! And he committed suicide too. Wonderful. I'll be right back. So I'm back here once again, but this time I came prepared. I've got my crossbow. So if any of these people want to come after me, they can feel free. I've got a crossbow, I'm not afraid to use it either. Here he comes. Let's go grip our shield quickly. For those knives, because we don't be hit by any good old knives, do we? We hit him. No, we cannot hit him from here. Okay. He's throwing a lot of knives, isn't he? I mean, he's literally just taking them out of his arse. Well, we can stand here all day, buddy, and my shield's not going to break from your petty knives. Let's shoot him. Okay, that's a bit poor. Okay, he had enough of life. I don't blame him. I mean, looking out all those knives hit me, I mean, how's his knife going to do anything against my shield? He decided to end it. Okay, I mean, I don't blame him. I am Mr. Fibbles, poncho extraordinaire. I mean, I do have this lovely, ever so wonderful poncho. You would think I could just chuck my, well, my shield and my greatsword onto the ground and just glide down with my poncho. I could equip my skirt and become like a squirrel. Just glide my way everywhere. Now, are you going to commit suicide? Yes, you are. Okay. I actually never knew they could just die just like that. Now, there's two directions we can go, right? We can either go this direction, towards the wall, or go down to the chest. The chest seems to be a bit dangerous right about now, so we won't go down that way. And let's just quickly make our way across, because we don't want to accidentally fall off ever so slightly. It'd be very embarrassing. Also, that very voluptuous woman right there happens to be one of Gwyn's daughters, the goddess of fertility. I mean, who knew? The goddess of fertility and beauty and whatever she was, I think of the sunlight or something like that, but was just, you know, obviously such a giant lady. But I've always a perfectly carved statue of her. I mean, you can't get more detailed than that. Now, we could go down into the white light, but there's also a guy down here. Now, he wants to throw a knife at... Wow, those knives actually really hurt. I mean, who actually could have guessed? So he's going to go down... Oh my god, it's really just going to town. But either way, we just sat on his head. I could need to... Well, we actually need his knee. Oh, so we just basically need him in the back and he just died. That's a rather unfortunate death. I guess we're that heavy regarding this shield we're carrying. But there's nothing down here. We basically did that for nothing, but I just want to show you there is a guy down there, and if you're not careful, he'll come out of nowhere and just shank you. That's something you do not want. I don't think any man, woman, or child would ever want that. So, there's actually also another way we can go. Now, if we follow this way and go to where these statues are going, now, once again, you'll spot these, well, knight-like things. You recognize these knights since they're the black knights we encountered before, a giant statue of it. And this is just more of a elegant way to put it. So obviously this is Gwyn's home, since the Black Knights are Gwyn's. Now if we jump down here, there's nothing down here, mind you. But, oh, if you go over here... I want to watch this. How did this man die? Or this lady? He decided to do a roll. Run and jump, was it? And he just collided with the pillar itself. Okay. Best way to do it is just barrel roll in between there, and there we go. We're across here. Now, better wondering, what's all this elaborate parkour for? I mean, it's a knight in heavy armor. Oh, hello. I did not notice you there. I completely forgot about that. Oh, you dropped something. What did you drop? Oh, throwing knives. I'm just going to hopefully get excited that one day, they'll drop their painting guardian sword, which would be wonderful. That's what they are, they're painting guardian swords. What? Painting their guarding? That giant painting down there. A bed's worth of mint, you know? Very detailed, too. But we came for this chest. Now, this chest holds a divine blessing. I think there's only one of 3 divine blessings in this entire game. So that's one of the, well, 2 of the 3, I believe. I think there might be 4 if you try the secret merchant, which we'll go to one day. One day we'll go over to the secret merchant and then trade all our goodies at once. But that's something for the future, you know. It's not right now. What now? Enjoy the smooth marble. I can only presume this is some type of marble. It looks very, well, expertly crafted. It must have took like centuries to do this. Or decades. I don't know if it actually take a century to do it. But never, let's go across here. Now, the fact that we're across here now, we're on this platform. Now, this platform itself is a very unique, well, platform I haven't seen in many games. Well, any games to be more exact. It's a kind of a clockwork wheel right here. As you can see, it's very, well, geometrically designed. I mean, just look at the detail on this, well, wheel thing. If we just simply pull the lever, oh yeah, forget, you have to do it in a specific, well, direction. If you pull it I think if you pull it clockwise, it goes upwards. If you do it anti-clockwise, it goes down. So here we are. We're all the way down here. Well, all the way down here, we've actually lined up, and there is another gargoyle. Now, the problem with this gargoyle, he does actually have... Oh, I actually thought he didn't have a tail. They must have changed that or something. I don't remember that being the fact. Oh, now you are just wanting me to come up and just... Oh, you want me to do a dive attack on you, don't you? Yes, you do. And I missed horribly. No, okay, you're nice, lovely gargoyle. I meant nothing from my, well... ill means, well, attempts to kill you. Give me a tail. Give me a tail. Everything be fine. Okay. Okay, that hurt. Okay, you need to give me a tail like this one right here. Aha! We got it. Haha. Brilliant. Did we get anything from it? I don't know. But I will kill you. There we go. First slice, and you're down. We got a gargoyle shield, though, but did we get his tail? No. Oh. That's disappointing. I want a refund. God damn it. I was hoping to get one of those slinky axes. But instead, we just got a rubbish old gargoyle shield. The gargoyle shield is nothing really important. It's just a bronze shield of the gargoyle guarding the Bell of Awakening the Undead Church. The gargoyle skin is tough itself, and perhaps the shield may have been a prop. For it's a rare example of a metal shield that does not reduce physical damage 100%. No, it doesn't. It's just a simple old rubbish shield. Very good lightning resistance, though. I think that's one of the best lightning resistances for a shield for that weight. I mean, the lightning resistance is almost as good as a giant imbued with lightning itself. It's, like, amazing. And plus, the fire is quite nice. Fire seems to be a general thing. I think as long as it's not wood, it's fine. I think that's, the premise of it. So we got that. We didn't get any good slinky axe, which is a bit upsetting. Now, if we do go anti-clockwise again, it goes down even further. And it reveals something interesting. Something that, well, it's a bit of a secret of the game, really. But we cannot access the secret yet. As you require a combination. Now, you'd think, well, how do we get down there, right? Well, this doesn't... Oh, there's that as well. But the whole reason is not for that. No, it's not for going there. Oh, no, but we will go there in a minute. It's all about going down this spiral staircase. This place is all about spiral staircases, by the way. If you don't like spiral staircases and you like elevators, this is not the place for you, since they love their spiral staircases. I guess it has an elegant design. But either way, it's down here. Now, down here is the only symbolism of Gwyn himself. As you can see right here, happens to be Gwyn. Gwyn with his helmet, or with his throne, crown thing. and his great sword that he's renowned for, and his armored chestplate. He's got a fantastic beard and a bunch of hair, and for some reason everyone's wearing robes. But this is a memorial place. All of the dead knights, I can presume that the Black Knights, they actually died before they went undead, well, became buried here, and they remain here in a memorial chamber. Now, if we had a very specific item, we could interact with this statue, but we cannot, which is a shame. But we do get the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn, which is a very interesting ring, because actually a rather useful ring if you're going miracles, because as it says here, boosts miracles. Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. It boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was the god of war, but his foolishness led to the loss of the annuals and residing his deific status. Was it deific? Or it's like deity, so is it deific? I don't know. But otherwise, you know what I mean. Today, even his name is not known. So, this was Gwyn's firstborn ring. Now, there's a lot of legend about what happened to Gwyn's firstborn. No one knows. It has never been confirmed, but most people presume that Soltaire the Storer is Gwyn's firstborn. I think that's what people believe, since he's so in tune to be the sun. He inherited the sun. Well, Gwyn's firstborn inherited the sun, and as when we first met Soltaire, the ever so jolly gentleman that he is, he said he wants to inherit his own son. So I can only imagine he's either a fanatic who knows his history, or he is Gwyn's firstborn, as he is a supernaturally strong gentleman, and he is... When you get his gear later on, you'll see that his items aren't actually the best items in the world, actually rather rubbish. So it means his general body, his soul, his general martial prowess is actually him. And he's actually one of the strongest NPCs in the game, which is actually interesting if you really think about it. So it's a general, argument of the community who is the firstborn, but I think it's generally agreed it's one or the other. It's either he's long dead, and that's basically him right there. And yeah, I also do apologize. For some reason, a work truck has gone past my road 4 times during this recording. One was during the postman, so you didn't see that third time. So anyway, I'm going to take this bonfire, and what I'm going to do